everybody is ready to compete, and I mean, now we're in Top Cut, right? This is where, you know, the sets mattered before, but this is where these competitors have their medal made or broken, and Game 1 is the place to showcase that.
Yep, it's going to be small battlefield. I like the pick for either of them, really. I think it's good in different regards. Here we're already seeing some pretty interesting neutral play. The Zaire is, of course, going to be the tool Mars is going to use a lot of to try and avoid these scramble situations and big damage from DM.
Yeah, and looking right here, Mars trying to find both these ladder combos to rack up the early damage, but after that, just looking for the edge guard, right? We all know about Aegis' poor off-stage presence and ability to get back. CSS on the flip side, right? One of the strongest characters at exploiting those scenarios. So really going to look to find these off-stage situations just like this and pressure, but the big sword, as we just saw from DM, can still do a lot to pressure some of those short-range options without a disjoint that CSS has to rely on.
And Mars was almost trying to get the read on the roll in with the down smash to potentially get a stock. Right now, both players are playing with a little bit of fire right now. They haven't gotten a kill, even though it's been about a minute, but both players are getting at that level where they can start taking that stock.
Ooh, the side special's clanking, and it's going to be DM favored. Now on the hunt, really aggressive for the last minute or so, and you can see DM is looking to make it happen right here. Some good pressure, trying to catch the roll back, but Mars gets the stage with the forward air.
And for two players, right, these players are known for playing this high-octane, very high-pressure gameplay, but here really showcasing that they can go both ways in terms of speed, right? Showcasing the patience, the willingness to show it down, and the discipline. Because DM knows, you make one mistake against Mars, he will take that stock. But the same thing goes with Aegis as a character, and it's going to be Mars hitting first, finding that Plasma Whip, taking the stock, and forcing DM to kind of have to play with this deficit in mind.
I respect that both players are playing so passively in the first game. They're trying to feel each other out, but Mars getting that first blood is definitely telling just like how strong he can be in this matchup against the Aegis, against a faster character and a character that has explosive kill power both as Pyra and Mythra.
Ooh, that's really good stuff too. Some follow-up from that earlier shield damage. The Plasma Whip definitely better in that situation. Mars keeping the pressure up too. DM trying to force the issue a little bit too much, and these big swings are costing him.
And we'll see. You see what Mars is doing this stock. Down angled F tilt pivot. Down angled F tilt pivot. He's trying to set up these low percent tech chase scenarios to read a roll, read an awkward DI, find that paralyzer, and steal a stock either off this flip kick, off the down air, or off of a boost kick, right? He is trying to cheese you and gonna find it with the footstool. He hadn't shown it at all. DM wasn't ready, and he locked and loaded. There is no margin for error against this content creator, man.
Mars has gotten so much extra credit on that first stock. He's only up one whole stock, but he's not down yet, but he's doing so well just on that first stock, and that's like that separates you. If you're able to hold on to that stock for as long as you can, get another stock or two, or even take a game against DM, you're just going to win easily.
Right, because to your earlier point, Gerd, that composure that they had is faltering a little bit. Mars kind of taking the initiative with that lead, and DM kind of swinging too much and getting hit for it. This should be a spike, and another one to follow it up. That is my Zero Suit player.
Yeah, and Mars, right? You knew him, you loved him. Don't worry, folks, he's gonna make the highlight compilation look good on that YouTube channel come Monday morning. And line up multiple spikes to end that game, too. You saw the slowing it down with pivot, F tilt, pivot, F tilt. That game for Mars wasn't just about beating DM. It was about getting in his head. He knows how close these last couple sets were, and he is trying to break that mental early. He is trying to put you in deficit situations that even if you aren't behind that much, the way you got put behind is that thing that stays with you.
I know that we just saw the Pokemon trainer switch. Typically, DM has been playing Aegis primarily, does have the Pikachu from Smash 4 and Ultimate, but DM had actually brought out this character against Mr. B. DM was down 0-1, decided to say, hey, let me try this Pokemon trainer. I've had it for the entirety of the lifetime of Smash Ultimate, was able to beat Mr. B 2-0 afterwards, and is now obviously playing against Mars now.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. Obviously, Mars has played a couple of Pokemon trainers in the day, but it's a big change of pace from that game one, and I think that change of pace is exactly what DM is looking to try and exploit right now. Already 75% from an early Squirtle opening and keeping that pressure up.
As well, if I Squirtle this small hitbox in combination with the movement speed, you might not be as fast as Mythra on paper, but you have much smaller hurtbox. You have a much easier time getting around some of these rising aerials, these rising Zerers, finding ways in, as we're seeing, and just kind of contesting in this poke game when needed. Then you can switch to Vine Whip, you can switch to some higher kill power, and just not struggle to kill, as we kind of saw DM doing in Game 1.
Yeah. Those ladder combos, though, they were good in Game 1. They're looking fantastic right now. now on the back foot. Big change of pace from the first minute we've seen, but still getting center stage, and Ivysaur very important right now.
You might be able to get the kill here. What the up smash from the forward smash whiff for Mars. Now DM taking the first lead of the set.
That fastball up air there was the difference maker. Or found it, forced Mars into shield, and then used the up smash to mix up his timing, call out that shield drop, and just catch you slipping. But Mars gonna do so in turn, and no lead is safe, no extra credit to be had. He's gonna make you do this the old-fashioned way in an even scrap situation. And we didn't even talk about this at all, but not only did he counterpick PT, he took ZSS to Battlefield?
It's working out. That low profile has been huge, too. We see so many jabs and forward tilts missing. The down angle ones haven't come out as often as last game, but Mars has had some trouble finding the hits to open up the stage. I don't know, what sort of adjustments can we make here?
I mean, as Mars, right, like, you just have to find a way to slow the pace of this game down and get some space, something so much harder to do when that Pollen Puff sends you off the bottom like that. Right, Mars just really hasn't been abusing the platform movement, hasn't been abusing flip kick, and ZS's ability to play defensive on this stage. And DM has done a really good job trapping these grounded landings and using the platforms to lane to reduce the amount of options he has to cover.
I really love the switch there. You were able to just push Mars away with the up smash on Charizard, get the free switch back to Squirtle. You want to have the Squirtle. Even though Mars is at 42%, you're taking more and more damage. You're at 88. You do die there, but you're at least getting a decent amount of damage here right now, and you can switch back to Squirtle now.
Yeah, I definitely respect the idea. I think it was still correct. If you don't get hit by that back air, you're looking even better. Because look at how effective this Squirtle has been. It is just doing everything right now. So much damage is packed on from these early combos. Finally, Mars lands a jab to try and break it up, but I don't think it's enough. It might be too little too late.
Wow, barely that grab missing. That Plasma Whip just not going to find its mark. However, the neutral air can pressure you to the corner here, right? We are starting to come close to that fabled Nair flip kick percent, right? 30 to 45 or so. If DM gets hit in the corner, that very well could be game on a DIN. You can see Mars already fishing for these down tilts, looking to force that situation, looking to get a panic reset to steal this game away. We've seen him do it before. Can he do it again here?
The damage is racking up. It doesn't seem like DM wants to switch. The Squirtle has been doing extremely well, but actually just decides to go here. That's very risky, because now you're letting yourself have less mobility through the air and on the ground. Decides to go to Charizard, even though you're at a mid percentage. Now you're in a very scary situation. You can get juggled by Mars extremely easily, but obviously it's going to take a long time to kill you.
Right. Up smash is a really big deal here. It does cover the flip kick, but not if you jump into the flip jump part. It's going to be dangerous, though. Mars is at a rough percent to try and face down this Charizard, but DM has not been able to find the ground.
Yeah, I was going to say, holding discipline at ledge makes it so hard for DM to lose, but the one over aggressive extension could have been it. Instead, the fly armor barely going to fight through that down-angled spike and get back to the stage. Mars' stall and fall fails him here, but he's gonna have one more chance. The forward air ZSS sucks if there's ever been a time, but up smash gonna close it out regardless.
There's so many situations where they could have just ended up killing each other. Mars going for the downer, still gets hit by the sky attack up special, doesn't die from that, and then Mars is able to read so many different options when it comes in. You have to flare blitz back onto the stage, gets the scoop carry up smash, while also being able to just get it in time, because it looked like it wasn't close to barely hitting.
Right. It was pretty tight in terms of how close DM was able to get the shield up. There's probably an argument if you don't angle the shield correctly, Zard probably still gets hit by it, but all good stuff. Really good stuff from Mars, too, to stay under the flare blitz, because I was worried it was still going to connect somehow. But what a showing from DM. That change didn't necessarily lead to winning the game, but I think the momentum has shifted pretty drastically in terms of the set.
Yeah, you're down 2-0, but that was a really good game. He was able to carry himself to a pretty decent stock lead, going up 2-1 at one point. Decides to keep the Pokemon Trainer, which I do agree with. You want to have the ability to just, carry this momentum. He's been trying with Aegis, he's been trying with the Pika for so long. Maybe the Pokemon Trainer is the thing that's going to carry him to a 3-0 reverse.
Yeah, I liked it, honestly. I felt like at the end, he kind of just lost his own impatience, right? Giving up that ledge situation more than anything, and then get caught in his scramble, not just against ZSS, who can juggle you and edge guard you so well, but against Mars, right? One of the best players in the world at capitalizing on those positions. Now taking you to Hollow Bastion, so you get that slightly larger, right, FD length stage, you've got the slightly larger blast zones, and that low center platform. It can be huge for ZSS ladder combos and flip kick out at disadvantage, but it's also huge, especially for Squirtle. You can find platform tech chases, you can find ladder extensions, and with Ivysaur, find some early kill confirms. So a lot of potential for PT to both have the space to play and to just really abuse some of the weaknesses that DM has found in this set and turn them into strengths.
Yep, so far though, just pretty dead even so far. We see the Ivysaur come out, which I think also may have been a little early last game. This time though, really good timing, messes with the tempo, gets back to stage, stuck in a rough spot, and the back air connects, and Mars does find the ledge. It was down to the wire, but really good stuff from Mars to seal the deal. And oh, it's back down to the wire. What a pickup.
The offstage gameplay by these two have been incredible. DM was trying to navigate through so many different checks and options that Mars could have done to get a KO, was eventually able to get the back air colliding with the up special from the Charizard. But then DM just goes off stage and gets the dare spike.
And that was a huge adjustment we saw from both players. It was right there, that down tilt from DM by low profiling under a lot of his moves, but you got stuck on the withdrawal, and Mars is going to capitalize. However, those large blast zones coming in as a benefit, right? Not getting killed just yet, and so DM, while having another chance, has to get the feedback down and isn't able to do so. Mars just so good at pressuring that coast-to-coast gameplay and keeping you in the air.
I think it was a pretty interesting tool to break out of the box with the Squirtle side special, but the third one got punished egregiously so. I think we may have to shelve that one for now, and we may have to get pretty, pretty wild on this last stock. We have to think of some new stuff very quickly. DM possibly on the last stock here. And
he had that. All it took was one mistech, one technical error, and we know anybody can make those. DM betting on it, but not going to find it. Gets put in disadvantage for his trouble here, and going to look for the Flare Blitz again. That mental is broken.
Yeah, DM is just going for Hail Marys. Mars trying to do the signature down air spike off the stage with having that stock up. Doesn't work out that time, but he has a pretty significant lead, 86% already on the Squirtle. You're going to die here very soon if you're not able to get it just yet, but DM trying to find that way. Gets 22% just off of a single throw and starting to rack up even more and more.
And Mars abusing these Phantom footstools left, right, and center here to find his way over some of these aerials, feigns on the ledge jumps, and finds the flick kick to boot, but once again, those hollow blast zones giving DM one extra chance.
I think it was a pretty good pick. The Plasma Whip not even sealing the deal at 120 off the stage. Goes back to the Charizard, and I did say I wanted to see something wild. Maybe not Flare Blitz, though. Let's see. Up smash, not going to do it.
Give me a raw Flare Blitz to end this set. That's what I want. No nair needed.
The back air almost did it, too, but that Plasma Whip should do it, and Mars with a fantastic showing and adding one more to the win column for the head-to-head. But good stuff from DM. I'm excited to see more.